Hi everyone, welcome to Tech Engineering Academy. In this video, we're going to be talking about CSS navigation bars. That is, having an easy to use navigation is important for any website. Let's move to the next one. CSS navigation bars. CSS navigation bars are important components of web design. Navigation bars help users to easily navigate between different sections of a website. Do you get? Navigation bars are typically built with HTML list elements, that is UI, that is another list and the normal list that we know. And this styled with CSS to get a great look. Navigation bars are typically located at the top or at the side of a web page. That is where it is always. Then we have a navigation bar, list of links. This is one example. It says a navigation bar needs standard HTML as a base. A navigation bar is basically a list of links. So using the UL and the LI elements makes perfect sense. So this is the example. Now let's remove the bullets. We'll work around this. We'll first create this, then we'll work on removing the bullets. Let's go to our example. So the first thing first we need to do is we need to create a UL. Then inside this UL would have a LI, and inside this LI would have a link, and the link will say home, and just do #home. This will be representing home. Then we can have more about home page and the next of them. Now let's check it out. This is just like a simple list. This is just a basic list that would come with a link. So this is it. So this is our list. So then the next thing we're told to do is now let's remove the bullets and the margins and the padding from the UL list. So let's do that. So we'll come to our CSS, and the next thing we're going to say is UL. Then inside this UL, what do we want to do? We want to use list style type, which is none. This is going to remove the bullets. Then the margin, which will be 0, margin, which will be 0, and the padding, which will be 0. So this is going to remove the margin and the padding from that. Let's check it out. As you can see, the padding and the margin has been removed and the bullet. So that is that for that. Let's move to the next one. So example explained, set the list style type to none, which removes the bullet point from the list. The margin 0 resets default browser margins. Padding 0 resets default browser padding. So it has a note, the HTML and the CSS code in the example above is the base code used for both vertical and horizontal navigation bar, which you will learn more about in the next chapter. Let's move to the next chapter. So the next chapter is CSS vertical navigation bar. In the vertical navigation bar, the navigation link are staked vertically on top of each other, and it is typically aligned along the left or the right side of a web page. So the basics of a vertical navigation bar is an ordered list, UL, with the list items, each holding a link as shown in the first one we did. So let's move to the next one. We have the CSS navigation bar example. Here, we create a basic vertical navigation bar with a gray background color, and we will also change the background color and the text color of the link when the user move mouse over them. So this is where we're going to have the home page, the news, contact, about. So this is the example. So now let's create our own example around that. So the first thing we are going to do is to have H2. What we're going to call it, we'll say gray vertical navigation bar, nav bar. Then in this aspect, we're going to have our UL, and we would have UL, would have LI, and we would also make use of a link. We'll call this home, like we did the last time, home. Would also have another one, which will be, now let's format this very, very well. So yeah, this is it. So we have the home, we have the news, which will hold the news, the contact, the about page, and that. So the next thing we need to do is to style it. So we'll come here, we'll say UL. Inside our UL, we're using list style type. Don't forget list style type, which will be none. We are going to do margin, which will be 0, margin, which will be 0. We'll give it width of 200 pixel, and we're going to give it a background color of F111. Yeah, so that works like that. Then next thing we're going to go, we want to style the list and the anchor tag. So you have to style that separately. Say display, which will be block. Then we're going to give it color, which will be black, color, which will be black. We're going to give it padding. We're going to give it padding of 8 pixel and 16 pixel. Then we're going to give it text decoration, which will be none. Text decoration none. So that is that for that. Now let's check that. But before that, we need to do over effect, because when you over on it, you want it to give you a separate color. So let's just accept this and let's see what we have done so far. As you can see, so this is just a vertical home page. And when we over on it, can you see it's giving us a dark gray color while we over on it. So that's just that for the vertical. So let's move to the next one. The next one says, so it explained the first block UL is similar to the previous page. In addition, we've specified with a fixed width of 200 pixels and the light gray background color. So the next block, which is the LIA, that is the list and the anchor tag, styles, that is the anchor tag element inside the list element. Displaying the links as block level elements makes the whole link area clickable, not just the text, and allow us to specify width, padding, margin, height, etc. We add a link color and some padding. We also remove the other line from this anchor element. Do you get? And the last block, which is over, changes the link color and the background color when the user mouse is over there. So that is, this just explains the example we just did. Then the next one, we have the active states. Now we add an active class to highlight the link corresponding to the current page to let user know which page or section he or she is on. So this is an example. Let's move to the next one. So the only thing we just need to do is we just need to do the active aspect here. Just say, and we'll say dot active. That is when it is active, then we'll say background color. We want to give it green, or we can say ash for, we can say O for A60. Yeah. So this will give us green. Then we can make the color of the text white, since it is just to over. So once the link is active, this will show the color, the green color will show. Then after that, we're going to come to our index.html and style it. We'll give it class active. So that active style that we just did will take effect. Now let's check it out. Can you see the home page is active now? If we should give the news active too, if we should take it away from here and we give this one as well class active, it will take effect. So can you see? It's just like you're making it active. So that is that about that. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to follow us across all socials at Techisbrain Academy. See you next time. Bye.